بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. The matter of today and the topic is very clear. As I recited Quran Azim al-Shain, the ayah has a very clear, precise meaning. Written the meaning, placed high, exalt of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and high strong. And verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most graceful, compassion, merciful, and He is a pure perfection. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I walk today at my home, I realized if there wasn't a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I wouldn't be able to walk, I wouldn't be able to open the door, I even wouldn't be able to talk with my friends over the phone, because that's the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the other thing, how are you going to appreciate that? How are you going to respond to it? How are you going to have an open mind? How are you going to our mind export such a mercy, such a fazl into our body? It means how our body perform, because this perception comes from our mind. What perception comes? The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How? Because as I observe all the environmental beautiful tree, as I observe my body, I've got a perception, a sense that I can walk, but my mind should deliver that one. It will export that one to my physical movement. My physical movement should appreciate that. It means I should walk in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever you do, whatever you're up to, whatever I'm talking, even like when I'm talking with someone else, in terms of any ideology, it has to be within Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It means our brain should export all the sensible heavenly things to our body, and the body should deliver and implement it. It means whatever you perceiving, example, whatever you perceiving, look at the tree, whatever you see, this comes from Allah. It should be a right perception, because even it's come to brain, it's called neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter has got a first level, passing the information to 100 other millions neurons, and then passing information to the cell organs, and cell organs are going to dealing the situation, handling the situation to the body, how the body is handling with this situation to the hormones of the body. So what's happening? Your neurotransmitter should be positive in the positive within all the good things, within all the good things. Mind should be. You should have sort of a demeanor feeling. What's the demeanor feeling? Demeanor feeling is sort of a spiritual feeling that has got a relationship with Allah, His mercy subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not deny as you walk, as you were talking with the people, or whatever you gain a successful or achievement in your life, denying the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says it's mine. No, don't say it is mine, because it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gifted you, who given you this blessing, opportunity, time and well-being, health and strength. Do not deny that. No, do not at all. Reborn, every time you have to refresh yourself, reborn your brain which is reciting a Quran, stranger more with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Refresh yourself, recharge your battery. How you recharge your battery? Keep reading a Quran. Keep, as Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam to Imam Hassan alayhi salatu wassalam, Ya bunayya ahli qalbaka bil maw'iza. Oh my son, oh bunayya, min al walid al fan, from your old father to my son, oh Hassan, أحي قلبك بالموعظة. Enliven your heart by موعظة, by advice. Because how you going to recharge your battery? If you recharge your battery, it means you're gonna reset. Settle your mind will be settled, because even it comes to your brain, your brain should be settled in specific and focused things. You can't just you can't just differentiate your brain in different things. Just focus in brain, settle your mind within a Quran, within all the understanding of Quran, all the environmental, where is the environmental, capture it throughout the meaning of Quran as the Mushan sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When it comes to the to nowadays modern, you look at the country, what are different countries, continent around different countries. We've got 4 main continents around the world. We've got different countries, developed countries and developing countries. Well, technology, latest Samsung, well, Apple, or other different people's minds goes there, and people's mind is captured and taken over in the blockage of the technology, not in the Quran. Because make sure we are as a Muslim, as a good person, our mind is completely in high focus. Our mind is the chemical of my mind, the chemical of brain is called neurotransmitter, is fluid with the Quran and understanding and passion and desire to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing else, not the materialism. Because materialism, one day, because what's happening with materialism, when it comes to materialism, if the brain perceives the materialism and the psychology of brain will take over. As I said yesterday, make sure your spirit, your face, the power of will take over the psychology action, not the, otherwise the psychology action will take over the brain. So it means whatever the fantasy world, you're gonna follow it. As Islam, you must control yourself. You control your sensual desire. Do not follow whatever your psychology or feeling wants to. Example, as I said, the laws in Malzum. Example, some Western society people will say, do not blame yourself. Islam said you must blame yourself. If in order to remember the day of judgment, how because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala constantly and be recital and rectify yourself in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you keep blaming yourself. Oh, you keep blaming yourself, hurting yourself. But there will be a day of judgment. They will be there reckoning. I should get ready for the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's question. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Hashr, Ayah 18 said, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا. Oh believer, يا أيها الذين آمنوا. Oh those who believed God. Oh those who have faith in God. Oh those who has got assurance heart, who obtained a certainty heart. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ittaqullah. What you gonna do? What they should do? Allah said, oh believer. Allah asked believer. So what is their mission? The believer's mission is ittaqullah, fear Allah. As a moment, you must complete 3 tasks. First, as a moment, you must complete or do or deliver 3 tasks. Your mind, your duties, your action to divert, maneuver, or rotate within 3 things: khawf and raja and love. In one side, in the right side, you should hope to Allah. Raja, and your left side, you should be khawf Allah. And in the middle should be love. Should be follow it with a passion, and love pursue it with a passion. Because if this pursues passion, you're going to dilute your mind. You're going to dilute your mind, supplement your mind with all the passion. And in the other hand, you fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because what fear? Moment should be fear of justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can't get away from the justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Imam alayhi salatu wa said, وَلَا يُمْكِنُ الْفَرَارُ مِنْ حُكْمًا. No one is can run away from your governing. No one is can run from your kingdom, from your justice. It is about just a moment a person should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from his justice. وَلَا يُمْكِنُ الْفَرَارُ مِنْ حُكُومَتِهِ. In the other hand, say, Ya Ilahi, Ya Rabbana, Ya Rabbana, Ya Sayyidina, Ya Maulana, Ya Dalilana. Everything is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is the reason, the rational of everything. So it means, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu. In the belief, it means it has to be between khawf and raja and love, passion. Whatever, even you do worship for the sake, because Allah deserves to be worshipped. Ya ayyuhallazina ittaqullah, fear Allah. Wal tanzur nafsum. And look to every soul. Wal tanzur, and look to every soul. Ma qaddama lighanin. To what the sin force. To what the sin force for the morrow. Wal tanzur nafsam ma qaddama lighadin. And look to every soul to what sins force for the morrow. واتقوا الله. Fear Allah. Inna Allah khabirun bima ta'malun. Inna Allah, indeed, verily Allah knows what to do, what you're doing. Allah completely aware of all our action. Some people think it, oh, whatever we do, Allah might not notice that. No, Allah is completely monitoring us 24 hours. Allah notices everything, whatever we do. As Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasallam said, لا يتمكن الشيطان بالوسوسة من العبد إلا وقد أعرض عن ذكر الله واستحان بأمره واسكن إلى نحيه ونسى اتلاه على سره. The shaitan, the internal and external shaitan, never going to attack you or tempt you unless you see you in the 4 different situations. It means you're neglecting the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're not taking serious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And forgotten there is Allah. And you're completely forgotten there is Allah is going to watching you. Allah ya'lam bi'anna Allah yara. You don't know Allah is going to see you. Allah is going to see us. Even you see yourself in even most people will say when they are in a public, they are not committing sin because of the people, because of they are defamed. Their face may be defamed or other degraded or other public consideration or public decency. But when it comes isolated, as soon as they're left at home alone, I think they're turning away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do whatever they can. Even connotation, we have got two types of things, connotation and metaphorical concept. Within the metaphorical, if your brother has got something wrong with them, metaphorically, not directly tell them, brother, this if not something wrong. Example, the way your body language, your facial gesture, or your movement is not right, it's not acceptable. Example, it comes to mosque, whatever in public interaction. Even it's not in nowadays, because as what the other my friends just asked me how I'm going to pray and tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I said, brother, look at them. If you regulate yourself with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be punctual, exactly pray and take it seriously. Allah is never going to let it down. Allah does not let go the reward of good doors. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not let go the reward of God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count upon you, has got a mercy upon you, but it's not one way. Allah, but the mercy of Allah, even you be a sinful person, still as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has got a mercy upon you. But remember, if you implement yourself with all the conditions, no matter whatever Allah is going to do, you will be high chance to get whatever if Allah immediately will respond to your call. That's why our call is not responded, even if we are in emergency time, whatever, as Allah crying, begging Allah responding me, Allah help, Allah cure my illness and disease, Allah help me, Allah give a long life to my beloved one. Allah, I want to have a very nice spouse, sibling, a good healthy relationship, healthy lifestyle. You have to bring your sincerity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It means how is it going to bring sincerity in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It means you have to pave. You have to pass all the conditions, whatever Allah asks you to do it. Otherwise you're failing, because as I said, we are the main of test and testimony. If you fail, if you answer all the hard, difficult questions, you will get a big grades, a big rewards. That's how the world is working. Even if you look to nowadays, most people, if you go to clothes shop or other technology shop or other food store shop, there's a lot of different items you can see. For one of them is for different organ. One of them is good for a headache, and another one is good for a liver, and that one is for kidney, and another is good for muscle or stomach, or different kidneys. It's the same as this. Whatever you do, you have to make an intention. Oh, my intention is to do this one. I've got a lifelong gift, a sadaqah, where you wear rings, because if you want to be protected from black magic, you have to wear a ring. You have to give a sadaqah, and have to keep reciting a Quran. Have to keep reciting a Quran, and do not your secret, and do not obviously your secret. Whatever your secret, don't tell people. Example, if we bought a nice car, do not tell in Facebook, oh, my people, I've got a nice car, I've got to do it because it was. So in Islam, you have to follow. So the point is Islam, you have to follow all the matters and condition in order to be in order to be responded very quickly by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Otherwise you always your every day is be the same, as Imam Ali salatu wassalam say. Man saw Yoma, as Imam Ali man saw Yoma for whoever has got the same day, he do loser. You don't want to be loser. Look, when you are sleeping, during the sleeping time, say Allah, recite Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh, or whatever. When you make or walk into the kitchen making stuff, or eating, after eating, you have to thanks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, raise your hand to the sky, because this is Allah. What you are going to visit your family, you've got a blessed job, because it doesn't matter, but doesn't whatever you have, just visit Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because what is the psychology? Because make sure your psychology, your emotion, because the emotion associated with psychology has got rotating, more capturing all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It means whatever you're seeing, perceiving, or sensing, because this is blessed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, given mind. And that body can perform it. How? It means you implement it, walk to the mosque and pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, stay for, wake up for a dark night, wake up during the dark night and stand for prayer. And then begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you much more health, time being, and then you can visit your friends, you can do whatever best things in your life, be a productive person in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not in the way of material love. Jazakum Allah khairah.